Okay, let's talk about the fib. Now, anyone who has issues about drawing the lines before we go to the fib, because the fib is just a summary of the trend lines. Anyone facing challenges identifying drawing the lines, so that we do now a continuation of that. Are we okay? Is everyone okay?
Yes, we are okay. If you don't mind, just clarifying. So the trend lines, are they for the 4 hour and just sorry, for the day and for the 4 hours only? Or that can even go into the 1 hour?
Now we say if you identify the zones using 4 hours daily, then you go to 4 hours. If the market is not moving, always the market will play within those regions. So what you do is you got lower time frame like 30 minutes or 5 minutes. You can identify your support there and resistance. But if you are too lazy to wait, for 30 minutes or 1 hour, you can continue to identify the zones. You can jump from 1 hour and identify some few zones on 15 minutes. You don't need to identify every single candle when you're in 15 minutes. For instance, let me give you an example. Let's do just a simple one, 2 or 3 lines. If you identify that area, and identify this area, you can also do this one. So when you go to 4 hours, you can identify the zones when you go to 4 hours. I'm just doing just a few. Like that. Now we can go to 1 hour. After 1 hour, now you can see the market is playing within these lines. You can see. So we can go now to 15 minutes or to 30 minutes. When you go to 15 minutes, you don't need to draw all these many lines. You can see we are waiting for a breakout here so that we can buy until this area, or we might have a rejection here. Maybe the market, because this looks like this was a resistance, you can expect a sell at this area, so that you expect the market to come back to the resistance, to the support here. So you can just identify. You don't need to draw so many lines. But if you're in 15 minutes or you're in 5 minutes and you want to identify where the market might reverse and there is no zone, you can look at where you can see support and you can just draw your line there.
Didi, some lines are very close to each other, like the one where the price is right now, the one up there. So that one is so close to that one, yes. Would you wait for it to?
No, you don't have to wait all the way, because you can see there was resistance here. You can see when you go to 5 minutes, you can see there was resistance here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the market already is rejected at the resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can see the market has just reached around this area. Let me try to see if I can identify the resistance. So if I draw this resistance here, just a small zone. All right, let me just expand for this session. There's resistance there. I'll draw the entire candle. You can see what has happened. the market came and tapped that resistance, then it was rejected. So if you want to know where the market will stop first, you can see there's a zone here. So you highlight that zone. You can just come and draw where the market is. You don't need to draw all these other zones again. You can see there was some sort of rejection here. So you come and draw there. So if we were selling here, you could be expecting the market to reverse at this area. Now you can see the market has broken. So the next zone is here. So you move with the market. This is the next zone. If it closes below here, this is the next zone where there's this line. If it breaks, this is the next zone. If it breaks, now we wait for it at this area. Step by step, this area. If it breaks here, then you expect the market to come all the way here. I don't know if you've understood. So you don't need now to draw every single candle. You just look at where the market is right now. You can just look at this area. There was this zone which was caused also by these rejections here. You can see there is consolidation here. You can also draw this area. Because we said these zones are my possible areas where I might expect some rejection. I don't know if we are together. So when you draw in daily and 4 hours, you can, if you are not patient, you can just come to 15 minutes or 5 minutes and you move with the market. You can sell from here, target this line. Break here, you can sell, target next line. At this area, sell, target this area. This area, sell, target this next zone. Like that. But that was a nice question.
So quick question. So
Yes.
the trend lines for the higher time zones, when you look at them through like the lower time zone, like the 5 minutes, they still respect that line while you're in the smaller time zone.
Yes.
You see, like now the trend lines for 4 hours, for as an example, right?
Yes.
And then when you go down to 5 minutes, and you still see that trend line on the 5 minutes, the one that you draw on the 4 hours, do we still consider it within the 5 minutes?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, that's the idea. That's the idea.
That was a dangerous zone on higher time frame, so it will still be very valid on lower time frame.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So don't say just because I drew the lines using 4 hours, I still going to make use of the same. They are not valid since I'm doing 5 minutes. No. If there was a zone on the daily, we still consider it when you go even to 1 minute. Because looking at this area, this was a zone we drew using either 4 hours or daily. This line here, we drew this zone using the daily or the 4 hours candle.
So you do not differentiate the 4 hour and the daily?
Don't
with
separate
the color.
them. This is the same. Yes, you
don't
can.
Separate.
Yeah, some
because
people are
I
making.
believe that the daily are more stronger than 4 hour, or it doesn't matter.
Yes, they matter. The daily and the 4 hours, they matter a lot. They are very strong. You can use a different color. Some people are sending very beautiful charts with different colors. Look at how the market, as we speak, look at how the market has been rejected here. Can you see how the market has been rejected here? You can see rejection which has happened here. And look at how the market is now starting to dance here. So we're expecting either a breakout or we might expect the market to play here. Then get a breakout on the upper side or on the bearish side. Any other? Yes. Are we together? Any other issue?
I'm good.
Yeah, we're together.
Okay. Let's now proceed. Look at the support and resistance. I don't know if you have challenges on the support and resistance. Okay. We proceed.
Mm-hmm.
Frank, how was the market yesterday? Hello, Frank. Are you able to speak, Frank? Okay, let's now talk about, we talked about support and resistance. So let's talk about something now different. We are going now to look at...
Hi, Didi.
Yes, Zamzam.
How are you?
I'm fine.
I just have a stupid question. So,
Yes.
a rejection means that the market might reverse?
Yes, rejection is just reversal in simple terms.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's it.
Okay, welcome. Okay. Okay, let's now look at the fib. Let me draw clear this for it to be clear. Now, about the fib, before you get to identify the fib, the first thing that you do when you want to draw your fib, let's just make use of 30 minutes. Let me do the 30 minutes time frame. If you want to do the fib will work just like it's a simplified version of the lines for the guys who love shortcuts. It's just a simplified version of the trade lines. So the fib will help us to know where the market might even decide to do what? To reverse again. That's about the fib. To show us where the market might decide to reverse or change direction. Now, if you want to draw the fib, the first step is to identify your support and resistance. Like for instance, you can see this is a resistance. And this is my support. You can also, even if you want, you can also use this as your support. But let me first make use of this support and resistance here. That's why, guys, I told you to make sure you practice a lot, because every step we are taking, it will lead us. We are using the same step to lead us to the next one. So if you did not understand how to identify the support and the resistance, it will be very hard for you to identify, to proceed to the next step about the fib. So every step that you are doing, make sure you perfect it. And thank you for the guys who are constantly sending me their screenshots and their setups. It's a motivation to me. I can see the groups are now getting to be active and vibrant. That's what I always wanted. So I don't know how we are going to do it. By next week on Monday, we should all move now to the U diaspora VIP, so that we can try to be to share the same energy there. So we might be leaving the other small groups and join the main VIP group for diaspora on Monday, because we've already covered almost 90% of my strategies. So what is left is for you to perfect and do a lot of practice every day. Draw the lines, try to take a trade either using your real account or demo. Yeah, and we see some progress. There are some guys who already forgot about all these sessions, all these classes, and they are already trading. Every day I'm getting fresh deposits and fresh withdrawals. So it means you guys are making steps. And that's what I always dreamt about. Now, after now, we've already identified our support here and our resistance here. So what we do is, for us to take a shortcut to our trade lines, we come here to this area. This is the first tool. Second tool about the trade lines. Now the third one is about the fib. Click there. Then we are going to let's do the first fib retracement. This one here, the first one. So when you click the fib, you start, if the market is bullish, as you can see, you start from your support. You click there, then you hold your mouse until where? Your resistance. Like that. So what does this tell you? If the market has created support here, and you want to see where the market might reverse next, you can come and click on the fib, like that. Click start from the support all the way to your resistance, and it will show you that the market might reverse within this region here. So if this market goes all the way up, the market is going back to resistance. If the market is rejected, we might expect the market to come down. The next rejection zone is around this line here. That's why we expect the market to change direction. Or if we get a breakout, the next zone is here. In case of a breakout, the next zone is here. We expect a rejection there. If there is a breakout here, the next zone is here. This is what we expect about a rejection. So this one will automatically draw the lines. Now this is the first fib we are going to use. This is the first one. Remember how we've drawn that? We said you identify your support and your resistance. Remember, support, we identify the tallest wick, the candle with the tallest wick. Then on the lower side, and the resistance, we identify the candle with the tallest wick on the upper side. So this will be our support and this will be our resistance. So that's the first fib that we are going to use. So we said simply click the fib there, then draw from your support all the way to your resistance, like that. That's the first one. Now the second one, which I need you guys to practice more, is the second fib-based extensions. This one here. This is what we want you guys to be able to draw. So this is the second option for the trade-based fib extensions. Click on your support, moving all the way to your resistance. You click like that, then you drag down to your support, like that. So it will automatically draw all the retracement zones. And as you can see, according to this drawing, you can see how the market is behaving at that line. You can see there's a zone there, there's another zone here, there's another zone here, there's another zone here, there's another one where the market is right now, then there's the last zone there. So this will simplify your lines that you are drawing. I said for you to draw, you hold your mouse, click support. We are doing 3 clicks. Don't double tap. The first click once, drag your mouse, identify that is my resistance, click again, now drag down. Then click now the third time. So the first click is here, the second one at my resistance, then you drag down to your support. So it will automatically draw all these lines. So these are the areas we might expect the reversals and the rejections. And you can see how the market behaves within those regions. That's how you can easily identify your support and resistance, and that's how you can easily draw the fib. I don't know if we are together. Now, if you want, you can look at a bigger zone instead of looking at a small zone like this one. Because if I looked at that zone, I've identified in 30 minutes, you can go to 15 or you can go to 5 minutes, and you can see how the market is behaving. You can see around this area there was, if I extend this fib to my history, you can see previously, you can see consolidation here within these two lines. You can see here, there was also consolidation. You can see the market reversing here. You can see the market reacted here. So we're expecting the market to react where? Here. So if you use 30 minutes, now you go to 15 minutes or you go to 5 minutes, so that now you can wait for a breakout. Remember what we said, how to trade within those lines. We said we wait for a candle to break above so that we can take a buy. Break above like this so that we can take a buy. Break below the line so that we can take a what? A sell. So one thing leads to the other. I don't know if we are together.
We are together.
I think I'll need to more practice a bit, but I can see the idea.
Yes.
So you said those lines, they are showing areas where the market will reverse. So it means every area the market might reverse.
Yes, every area that is my danger zone, my point of interest.
Sorry, what did you say?
We said every zone, when we were drawing the lines, every zone we identified, we term that is our point of interest or our danger zone. Did we say that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The
So
day,
we do it on a higher time frame.
We can do in 30 minutes. You can also do in even in the 4 hours. Even 4 hours will be even much better because you'll have a bigger picture. Because if I'm using 4 hours, I'm going to identify this area, my tallest point, and this lowest point here, or I can identify this one here. But since I want to scalp, I can identify this tall wick here and this last wick here. So you can just grab like this from this area to this area. So this area here, this is my resistance and this is my support. Then I just drag like this. I'm sorry. This is my support, from my support all the way to my resistance, then you drag. And you can see already, according to the 4 hours, you can see the market is reacting here. Can you see the market is already reacting within this line? So what we are waiting for is a breakout above 38.59. This is according to the 4 hours. That's why I always tell you to embrace the higher time frame. So breakout at around 38.59, that's what we are waiting for. So let me even post that in the group. Breakout at around 38.59, then by all the way to 3900, 3880. That's the advantage of using higher time frame. Edu, you were saying something.
I actually even had that in my demo.
Oh, nice. You had the same setup?
And now with this MT5 thing that I had set up, I just put it there.
Yeah, nice. So we are waiting for a breakout here. So when the higher time frame will always give you a better picture. That's according to 4 hours. So when we go to 1 hour, you can see there was the market formed a resistance there. So we are still waiting for you can draw a line there, or you can draw as your resistance. We're waiting for a breakout here so that we can target this area and this area and this area. So if we get a breakout above this resistance here, this will be our take profit 1, 2, and 3. You can go to as low as 15 minutes and you see the same. You can see even in 15 minutes, someone who was asking if we are using the same zones on 4 hours and daily. Look at, we have not drawn any line. We are just using the same even in 5 minutes. Even in 5 minutes, we are using the same lines because you can see the market is being rejected at those areas where my line is. I don't know if it's making sense. You can see. Is it making sense? Someone who had asked about
It was me who had asked that question.
yes.
But still, you're trying to emphasize that it's better to set up the drawings on the higher time frames and look at it down on the lower time frames.
Yes, we said the higher time frames will give us direction, but yes, you continue.
Then also the when we were practicing the trend lines, you had a choice also to continue drawing as you go down to the lower time frames.
Yes, yes.
So in this case, we don't need to draw the lines if we want, or we can do both.
Yeah, you can do the lines, but when you are using the fib, don't complicate your chart. If you are using the fib, don't draw the lines.
Okay.
Because this fib is a simplified version of the lines that we are drawing, but the lines will always guide you because sometimes the market might reverse at this area. You're expecting the market to come all the way to this area, but it might get reversed within this region because there was a zone. So you can add your own line there, as I target this area here, there was a danger zone within this region. I don't know if we are together. Let me repeat about the fib again the last time. Vic, are we together? Vaio and Victoria, are we together?
Yeah, we are together.
Oh, nice. Mimi, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Okay.
But now that you have done that analysis, maybe you could send it in the group as we wait for the breakout.
Okay, let me do that. So this is what I mean. We said
I want to know.
Yes, you want to know?
You did that analysis in a 4 hour, isn't it? Where you saw that it will break out at 38.59.
Yes.
So let's say I'm a scalper who is using 5 minutes. Will it still break at 38.59 or no?
Yes, if you're using 5 minutes.
5 minutes, 15 minutes, yeah.
Yes, it will. We are still doing. We'll still use the same. Let's see. I even went all the way to 1 minute.
Oh, did you? I didn't see that.
Look at this. Now let's draw again. You can even draw from this support to this resistance here. You can use this as your support to this resistance, or you can use this, the tallest wick, this area as your support, and this as your resistance. Or you can use this one and this one. So long as I said, be able to identify your support and resistance, because it will always help you to as we move further. It will always help you in the next step. So for now, we use this as our support. the last point of that line, of that